I got another banger for you guys. Stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. Now, before we get into today's episode, quick announcement. I am going to be attending the huge convention. It is in Nashville, Tennessee. Guys, this is a national power washing convention. Over 10,000 people attend this thing. Wow, this year it's going to be August 22nd through the 24th. So make sure you get your ticket. One of the things that I want to do this time around is I want to record a bunch of you guys that are listening and watching me, and make like a whole episode about it. I want to do something real dynamic and kind of showcase you guys, because man, I really do believe this, guys. We have absolutely the best community here in the industry on YouTube. So really proud that we've been able to create that together, and so I hope to see a lot of you guys there. And then the last thing I'm going to say about this huge convention, guys, it is a massive, huge networking opportunity for you. You know, you're going to be able to meet a lot of content creators there. You're going to meet other successful people within the industry, some vendors. But you're going to meet a lot of guys like yourself that are just starting out, that you can add to your network, that you can reach out. And because that's all this is, guys. Like, networking is having other people at your level that you guys grow together, and then also having people that are in front of you that you can go to for for questions and advice and that sort of thing. So anyway, highly recommend that, guys, that you go. You know, if you don't invest in yourself and your growth and your development, I mean, guys, like, what are we talking about? So make sure that you get your tickets. You can find the link. I forget what the name of the website is, but anyway, the link is in the description of this video. Just click it and get it, and I will see you guys in about a month in Nashville, Tennessee. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode, the final episode of our SOMA series. I'll put up here SOMA, S-O-M-A, stands for Sales, Operations, Marketing, and Administration. Today's video, we're talking about administration. Now, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen the other ones, obviously, after you watch this one, go back and watch when we talked about sales and operations and marketing. Marketing, of course, you know, it's all about how to get customers. So that's going to be huge for you guys. In today's episode, just like we did with the other ones, we're going to break down for you like your core 4 things when it comes to administration. So let's jump right in. Number 1, you need a CRM software. Now, guys, in 2024, in this new modern era, you will not get very far with running a business without a software program. You know, we use Markate. I'll put it up here, markate.com. That's the one that we use. We've been using them for a long time. And essentially, what is a CRM program? So CRM stands for Customer Relations Management. Think of CRM as like an artificial intelligence / virtual assistant. So, you know, when you have a CRM program, it basically eliminates for you the need to write everything down. So, you know, I'm going to take you guys back. When I first started Mr. Bubbles, I used to have, you guys remember those yellow pads? Remember that? I used to have, you know, like 8 or 9 of these things, you know, the ones where the paper goes like that, and I would have a bunch of pens and stuff. And then whenever somebody would call, I would just write all their information down. Guys, that doesn't work for our business anymore. And then also, you know, I used to have spreadsheets and stuff, and I'd had a clipboard with spreadsheets, and I would do like a bunch of expense reports on spreadsheets and my routes and all that in spreadsheets. It simply does not work anymore because it's too hard. In our business, being out in the truck, it's too dynamic. It just doesn't work. And running a good administration when it comes to, you know, your CRM program, it's all about data collection, right? And keeping good records. So, you know, a CRM program is going to do all of that for you. It is like a filing cabinet / assistant / accountant. Like, it really does a lot for you, because whenever you need a customer's information, bam, it's at your fingertips. And guess what? For marketing purposes also, every season we reach out to people in the beginning of the season. Of course, we're in Maryland, so we have pretty brutal winters here, and we don't work all that much in the winter. So when the spring rolls around, guys, we're sending out hundreds of emails every day to people that are in our CRM program saying, hey, it's that time of the year again. We got to freshen everything up. We're going to be in your neighborhood. If you need to have your house washed, go ahead and, schedule a call with us. So, a CRM program is going to help you create sales, going to help you stay super, super organized because you have all of your customers' data in there. And guess what, guys? Guess what? If you go on YouTube and, like let's say you have 𝐷, it doesn't matter the CRM program that you use. If you already have one, that's fine. There's plenty out there. There's Jobber, there's House Call Pro. I mean, there's many. We use 𝐷. So my point is this. You can go on YouTube and put in there, how do I create an invoice, 𝐷? How do I send out a receipt, 𝐷? And you can watch. That's how I did it. That's how I learned initially. And then I taught my office staff how to do that. Now here, Mr. Bubbles, we have an accountant, a physical accountant. We have an office manager, and then we have an administration assistant that just does, what is that called? Accounts payable and accounts receivable. So my system is going to be a little bit different from what you guys can do. But I'm speaking to you guys like when I was, still new and how I did it. And I did it the old school way with just a lot of writing. But then I always lost the information, and that's annoying and very unprofessional to do that. You're trying to get a person's address, and you wrote it in a piece of paper, but then it got crumpled up in your pants, and then it got SH on it. I mean, the list goes on, right, guys? So the way that I did it, as I migrated, not migrate is not the right word. I want to say as I, progressed on this journey, I went from writing everything down to having that CRM program. Of course, you can have it on all your tablets, your phone. It's an app that you can just download and then have it in your truck with a tablet. So in the beginning, when I first started doing it, I used to use a computer. Don't recommend that. Like in a truck, I don't recommend that. But I do recommend you guys sign up for a CRM program because it's really, really going to change your business. Because guys, it's the way we send receipts. It's the way we send invoices. It's the way we capture the customer's data. It's how we interact with our customers. And also, it's how we bill, meaning like about 30% of our customers pay their bill through our CRM program, which goes straight into our bank account, like charging the credit and all that. So it's like, man, your CRM program, guys, really is your one-stop shop sort of thing, because you have all of your customers' data at your fingertips. So imagine, for example, you want to reach out to a customer for whatever reason, bam, right then and there. And then here's the other thing I'm going to say about that is this. Imagine in 4 years, okay, from now, Mrs. Smith calls you because you did her house 3 years ago, and she says, oh yeah, you guys did my house before, and I want to get the same services done again. Well, now you can look up that person in your CRM program, and you're going to know exactly what it is that you did at that house. Maybe you did their basement stairwell or whatever. So now you can go, hey, you know what? I'm going to do like a 10% raise on that, or 15%, whatever it is. Because you have everything collected. You have all of the information. And guys, you guys know this. Information is king. It is king. It will really, really help you. I remember the office manager told me this story where a customer, like from the past, reached out to us, and it was 7 years ago. And they're like, oh, yeah, I've used you guys in the past. And then the office manager's like, oh, okay, great. Let me look you up. And the office manager's like, oh, yeah, we did blah, 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 blah. We did like $800 worth of work at that house. And the woman was blown away. She's like, wow, you guys keep records that far back? I mean, it's a virtual filing cabinet, what this thing is. And it's going to make your job so much easier as long as you have a system in place where, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit about this administration program, is that, you're being consistent and you're putting everything in this database. So look at your CRM program, guys, as like a filing cabinet system. Boom, quick access to all of the information, all of the profiles. You can do your routes through there. You can communicate through customers through there. As time goes on and you have employees, you can do your time clock, your time sheet through there. Guys, there's so many things. You can run your whole business. Basically, essentially, that's what it is, guys. It is the brain that runs, the operating system that will run your company. So choose wisely. Like I said, we use Marquet, but before you do, guys, I would look up the top 3 in the industry, and then I would just do the research on it, and then go and watch videos of how, CRM programs work. Initially, like, yeah, they have free packages, but then as you advance and you need to, there's certain, what are those things called? You won't be able to do certain things on it with free account. Like, we pay Marquet every month, but we have full access to all of their perks, if you will. And, with free accounts, you don't have any of the perks. So, highly recommend that because, again, I want to make this 100% very clear. You will not be able to run a successful administration system without first having a really good CRM program that you're going to use to run your whole company. Because, again, this is going to be the operating system of your company. Now, that segues real good into number 2. We're talking about proper technology. So, extending out the CRM program, we're going to talk about physical technologies. And this is what it is. You need to have a smartphone of some kind and then a tablet of some kind. Now, me personally, guys, I use iPhone. I have always used iPhone, and this is what I've noticed, okay? For running a business from the point of view of a owner, it is better and easier to use your iPhone because if you don't, like me, I don't, when I didn't have employees like you guys, I had an iPad. That's what I had. So my iPad and my iPhone is how I ran my company. So when I migrated from using, paper and writing everything down, what I did is they sell on Amazon this little thing that you put in your cup holder that holds your iPad. Okay, you guys, you can just you can go on Amazon and look it up. It's a iPad cup holder, and then they have a bunch of different ones. So anyway, you put your iPad on there, you sync it to your cloud, sync it to your phone. So now you have access to all your texts, all of your pictures, all of your videos, everything on your iPad as well. And then I download Marquet, the application, on my phone and also on my iPad. And then every time I get a new customer, bam, I'm putting it on there. Now, why do I recommend that? So when I first started, hiring people and all of that, I would have people that still had flip phones, people that have, all kinds of different Androids and all kinds of different phones. And we ran into a lot of issues with technicians out in the field when they didn't have iPhones. For example, there was one year we had 6 technicians. 3 of them had Androids, 3 of them had iPhones. And on a consistent basis, we only had problems with the Android guys because of maps. And they couldn't get to a house, and we had to route them through the office while the office manager gave them directions. I mean, it was chaos. So we prefer, as a company, that even our technicians use iPhones because you can also, what is that called? The FaceTime thing and all of that. But the bottom line is, guys, whether it's an iPhone or not, you need a tablet and you need a smartphone in your truck with you in order to make this happen. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I tried with a computer, but it was guys, it was a mess. Like having a computer in a pressure washing truck is kind of chaotic because we got chemicals and things. And at one point I was eating something and I spilled it on my keyboard, and it just didn't work out for me. It might work out for you, did not work out for me. So I had my company email on my iPad, and I had a Marquet open at all times. So whenever I got a new customer, bam, 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 I would put everything in Marquet right then and there. I didn't wait until I got home because you guys know how this is. You get home, you're tired, you get some food in you, and you're like, I'll do that tomorrow. Then all of a sudden, you got a couple of weeks go by and you didn't put people into your program, and then you're going to run a terrible administration system because one of the things that you should do every single time you get a customer, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, the onboarding, but, as you put them in there, like if you have 4 jobs that day, you should create 4 invoices. Okay, and then you're going to migrate. Once you actually do those jobs, you're going to migrate those invoices from invoices to receipts, send those out to every single person, no matter what. And so that becomes a lot easier with your iPad, and then also, you know, having access to your company email through your iPad so you can communicate to people in real time. So in real time through my iPad, guess what? I can see all of my guys, their routes, what's going on, what the billing is, everything. So make sure, guys, like if you're trying to do this, the old school way, writing stuff down, and I remember I had sticky notes on my windshield and stuff and on my dash, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Guys, you need to make sure you embrace technology. You know, I've talked a lot about this AI. You have to embrace the new way of doing things, guys, because it's a lot more efficient. And then customers also like that, you know, you send them the invoice, boom, they pay it right then and there, and then they get that receipt. It's all automated, you know what I mean? There's different ways to automate these things. So I highly recommend that, because I mean, you guys hear this all the time. You've heard this your whole life, that time is money. Well, you know, you're saving yourself a tremendous amount of time, you know, having a really good CRM program, and then also really good technology that helps you on this journey. Because I'll be honest with you guys, like, man, wow, like if it wasn't for my iPhone, I remember back in the day, we used to have PayPal, Zelle, Cash App. Now we only have 4. So we took out PayPal. So we have Zelle, credit card, Cash App. I'm sorry, 5 checks and then cash. So we have 5 forms of payment. And I mean, Cash App through your, you know, you have an app on your iPad, boom, right then and there. Super, super simple. So make sure you guys have the proper technology in order for you to run, you know, an effective administration system. And I highly recommend you guys use iPad, because again, it can link with all of your services. Then when you guys someday and you have employees, you can actually FaceTime with them, which we've noticed makes our job a lot easier from that point of view as well. But before we go on to number 3 here, guys, let me talk to you real quick about my business in a box. Guys, quick announcement. I've created a digital product called Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Check this out. Okay, so the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box is actually a thumb drive that we're going to send to you guys to your physical address. And when you get this thumb drive, you're going to see a folder that's called Box in it. And then when you open it, you're going to see all of these files right here, guys, all of these folders. And guys, this thing has over 500 files, anything and everything I've ever created from my business. So all of the blueprints, training modules, documents, all of the things that you guys constantly email me about, you know, your pricing PDF, your for example, you know, your marketing blueprints, anything that you could need for your business is in here. That's why we call it a business in a box. One of the things that I really like about this is, guys, check out all of these pictures. So you have a total of 300 before and after pictures that you guys can add to your website and your Facebook and your Google My Business. And check this out. So there's a folder called Google SEO. And the pictures already have the SEO words in them. And this one photo right here has over 300. This specific folder has 190 pictures, but all in all, it's over 300 pictures. Look at some of these pictures, guys. Amazing before and afters pictures for you guys to be able to add to all of your social medias and whatnot. This is going to help you get a lot of customers. And of course, your edible postcards are on here. And then finally, you got training videos on here as well, guys. Like, for example, the video on how to optimize your Google My Business, the Mr. Bubbles. You got several videos. So they're like training modules. You got all the PDFs. The bottom line, guys, is this. This is going to help you with your business. So don't miss out. Make sure that you email us so you can get your business in a box today. In order to get your business in a box, you just got to hit the link in the description of this video. And I say this all the time on the channel, guys. The more you know, the more you grow. That's how come I decided to create this business in a box, because it has everything in there you need to be able to grow your business. And I really, really believe that this is going to be a game changer for you. Guys, you do not want to miss out on this one. So moving right along to number 3 on our list is the onboarding process. Here's the bottom line, guys. You need to have a system in place for how you capture your customers' information. And here's the key. You need to be consistent in the way that you do that. So I'll give you an example. Let's say Jane Doe calls you and she saw you in the neighborhood and she loves your pricing, and you're going to get her to do the house wash. She's going to get you to do the house wash for next Wednesday. So what process do you have in place for putting her in the system and then getting that actual schedule out in an actual route? Here's why I say that. When I first started, what I would do is I would put her information, like let's say in a piece of paper, then it would find its way to my pocket, and then eventually I would lose it. So that's not a smart way of doing things. So you need to make sure that you always be consistent with this. That person, you're going to capture her information right then and there. You're going to put her into your CRM program. Then you're going to create a job for that specific date and time. And then you're going to create an invoice. And then at some point when you actually go and you do that job, you switch that invoice to a receipt. It gets sent out to the customer. And that's what I mean by onboarding. Guys, you need to make sure you do this with every single person. I would not, if you're out there in the field, I would not do a single job if that person if you don't have that person in your program, because the information and all of that stuff is just it's just going to get lost. It's one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my career, was not being very consistent and thorough with this, because we lost out on so many customers in year 1, 2, and 3, because I didn't actually really do a deep dive into being really good in administration until year number 4. But that's why, guys, also I say this all the time, growing a successful business is a process of elimination. You're gonna go through a bunch of no's. You're gonna do a bunch of stuff the wrong way to get to the right way of doing things. And then plus, that's why you guys are watching my channel, is I am trying to give you guys sort of like that shortcut without it being an actual shortcut. I'm just teaching you guys not to make the mistakes that I made. So I want you guys to develop in your own company a process that works for you. Now, I'm going to give you guys an idea of how this worked for me. Eventually, as I progressed from, writing everything on a piece of paper, and then I changed to like having technology. So this is what I recommend you guys do. When a customer reaches out to you, what I would do is have them text you their information, and then also you can write it down and text it to yourself. I used to do this all the time. So like, for example, if you call me, I would write down your name, your number. I would text that information to myself, including your email. Basically, all of the information that I need to capture into my CRM program. And then I would text that to myself. That way, it never gets lost. It's always in my phone. And then I go right away into my CRM program, and I put that information into your profile. So I create a profile for you, and I put in all of that information. And then right then and there, I create the job on the spot. I do this every single time. If I'm out there in the field and the neighbor comes to me and they want the job done right away and they're going to pay cash, I don't even tell them a price or anything until I have all of their information. That's how militant almost I am with this, because it makes a big difference. Like, I'll give you guys a great example. This fall coming up, when all the leaves fall, like right around November here in the Maryland area, we're gonna be messaging through our CRM program hundreds of people per day about cleaning gutters in their neighborhood. And we have over 30,000 names that we've inputted into Market. And so, we're messaging people, emailing a bunch of people. And guess what, guys? Just like that, we create a bunch of jobs for ourselves. We're going to create a bunch of jobs for ourselves here in the fall. We're talking thousands and thousands. Last year we did over 300K just in gutter cleaning, and a lot of that came from our CRM program. So I can't emphasize enough the importance, because none of this, guys, none of this is going to work if you don't capture the person's data and actually, put it into your program. And that's why you got to have a process, a consistent process of doing that. Now, that segues real nice into number 4 on our list, which is a systematic approach. And that's just the bottom line is you need to be consistent in everything that you do. You develop a process and then be systematic with it. Do it the same way over and over again. One of the biggest mistakes that I made was just that, guys. Like, I never, in the very beginning, in the first 3 years of my business, I did almost everything any kind of which way. And that's why I lost a lot of money in the beginning. I've mentioned this, I don't even know how many times now, that my first 2 years, I didn't make any money. My 3rd year, I broke even. Started to make money in my 4th year, guys, in my 4th year. And a lot of it was because I was very inconsistent in the way that I did everything. Not just out in the field, but also my administration. And guess what? If you are inconsistent in the way that you run your administration, your money is also going to be inconsistent. And I do not recommend that for you. And here's the thing. It doesn't really do a lot of good for me to share with you my system that I have now, because I have multiple employees. You're not going to have those kinds of resources right now since you're starting out. So what I recommend is, some of you guys are on your 2nd month. Some of you guys haven't even opened up your pressure washing business yet. And some of you guys are in 3 years plus. Reach out to me. I'm a great resource for you. That's what this channel is all about. Me being your right-hand guy. Of course, you guys are part of my network, and I'm part of your network. So reach out to me. You can email me your situation, and I'll give you my 2 cents on it, and we can work out something together to help you grow your business, because that's what I really want. Is I want you guys to learn from my experiences, right? Remember I said this before, guys, there's 3 types of people in this world. You have a dumb person, a smart person, and a wise person. Dumb person makes consistent mistakes, never learns from them, makes the same mistakes over and over and over again. Smart people make mistakes, learn from them, and then try not to repeat them. And then you have your wise people. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. And that's what I want you guys to do, is I want you to learn from my mistake. And that's why, at the end of the day, administration, it's all about capturing information. It's about bookkeeping, essentially, right? You're capturing people's information, creating a profile, sending receipts, so you can access that information years and years and years and years from now, because you're going to have everything, boom, just like that, at your fingertips. So make sure that you have a systematic approach to everything that you do. And the final thing I'm going to say about that is this, guys. Now, throughout this Soma episodes, we have not mentioned customer service. I cannot reiterate this enough. The most important part of running a business today is customer service, because these 4 pillars, they got to be in place, but interwoven between these 4 skill sets. And the 4 skill sets, of course, I'm talking about sales, operations, marketing, and administration. Interwoven into all of this has to be exceptional customer service. Remember, when we're talking about exceptional customer service, we're talking about making sure you answer the phone, make sure you show up on time, be friendly, polite to people, and then do quality work out in the field. Because guess what, guys? You can be awesome at administration, be a great salesperson, but if you consistently show up to people's house late and you don't answer the phone, you guys know this, we live in an instant gratification type of society. So if somebody calls you and you don't pick up the phone, guess what they're going to do? That's right. They're going to call the next person and the next person and the next person until they find somebody that can fix their problem. And I'd rather that be you. Okay, so interwoven into your 4 pillars, you need to make sure that you're providing exceptional customer service, because also it's something that no one is doing. It is, man, guys, you are going to be, your company is going to be so different from everybody else if you're providing exceptional customer service. You're picking up the phone, or you're returning people's phone calls right away. You always show up on time, and you're super friendly and knowledgeable. And then within time, you know, you're going to do exceptional work out in the field, and that is going to be, oh man, wow, guys. I mean, you're very quickly going to become one of the top 3 companies in your area, but you guys need to pay attention to that. I just wanted to point that out. Of course, all of these skill sets, you know, guys, we're going to do a deep dive into the 12 skill sets that you need to succeed in a pressure washing business. We're going to do it at the end of the year, as a matter of fact. It's going to be the last series that I do here for 2024. And each one of these episodes are going to be like 1 hour, guys. So it's going to be like, man, it's going to be a huge resource for you guys, because you guys can take a bunch of notes and go out and apply all of this stuff. And that's my greater point. You know, guys, knowledge doesn't mean anything if you don't go out and apply said knowledge. You know, I say this all the time on my channel. The more you know, the more you'll grow. So make sure you take that information out there, apply it to your business, and you're going to see, because guess what, guys? Everything that I teach you, it's not some theoretical mumbo jumbo that I came up, you know, out of the clouds or something. This is stuff that I've been practicing years and years and years. If it works for me, it's 100% that it's going to work for you as well. But that's all I got for you guys today. I really, really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this How to Grow Your Pressure Washing Business video. Highly recommend you watch the next one as well. Guys, in the next episode, it's actually a 2-parter. We're going to be talking about how to become a master technician out in the field. That's one video that you do not want to miss out on that one. Make sure you email me. I got tons and tons and tons of resources for you guys. I love interacting with you. It's one of the best part of my day. You can find my email in the description of every single one of my videos, and I absolutely answer all of my emails. Sometimes it might take me a couple days because I get over 100 emails a day, but I do answer all of my emails. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.